Hey, it's East with a little M-I-E with a focus more on M for motivation. I want to talk about the 4 motivator types in the world and maybe even in the universe. And I want you to see which motivator type are you. Motivator type number 1 is the obvious one. The cheerleader, the one that believes in you, the one that's always rooting you on, the one that sees things in you that you might not even see in yourself. I have 2 of those motivator types in my life. Motivator type number 1, I call them the 2 Melissas because their names are Melissa. And if I say something like, I want to write a book, they're going to say to me, you're the next bestseller, East. We see you on huge stages. That, my friend, is motivator type number 1. Is that your motivator type? Are you the cheerleader for others? Are you the ones that are always seeing things and speaking great things onto them and telling them that their dreams are possible? Or are you motivator type number 2, which is quite the opposite? It's the one that doesn't believe in you or doesn't want to believe in you. The one that wants you to play small. The one that poo-poos your dreams. The one that says, don't try it, don't risk it. Why do you want to do that? I had somebody like that. I had a motivator type number 2 in my life years ago when I first started running. And I told this person in my life, I think I want to run a half marathon. And they said to me, oh, East, you could never run a half marathon. I got so angry that I was like, oh, I will show you wrong. I will prove you wrong. So that is motivator type number 2, the person that we want to prove wrong, the person that gets us so angry that we finally get that fire under our butts and go do that goal or dream. Are you that motivator for people? Motivator type number 3 leads by example. However, it's an example of what we don't want to be like. For many of us, this is our parents. I grew up in the 70s when a lot of parents smoked. My mom would smoke as she drove us to school, but don't worry, she would leave the window rolled down just a tiny bit. And I remember for my entire upbringing, I thought, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a smoker. So motivator type number 3 is the person that is exhibiting a habit or a way of living that we absolutely don't want to be like, and we're so motivated to not be like them that we do the opposite. Are you that motivator? And then motivator type number 4 is the opposite of that. It's the person that's actually living an amazing life. They are leading by example of what we do want to be like. We look at them and they are not settling for mediocre or average. They are not dimming their lights so that other people feel good. They're just going for it. They're the ones showing us what's possible in the world and giving us permission to do the same. So their motivator type number 4 is the one that leads by example. I had somebody like this years ago in my 20s. I met this woman at this party and she was like 24, 25. She was beautiful, but she was also so kind. So she was beautiful inside and out. She had this amazing fit body and she was a fitness instructor. I thought, wow, that's amazing. What would that even be like? I'm so motivated by that. And then she had her own business. She was very successful. She just had the whole thing. She was living life optimally and going for it. And I remember thinking, I am so motivated. I want to be like her one day. David Goggins is a great example right now of that motivator type number 4. He's showing you what's possible. He's out there doing it and you tether yourself to that. Say, I'm going to channel some of that today and be like that person. So that, my friend, is the summary of the 4 motivator types. Which one are you? The good news is you have a choice. The good news is maybe we are sometimes a blend of all 4. Maybe you're predominantly number 1 or 4. There's 2 here's the next twist to the plot is that we go through life a lot of times being angry at people, like that ex of mine that told me I could never run a half marathon. I'm now grateful for him because I got so angry and wanted to prove him wrong that I did it. And I have found that those motivator types are kind of gifts in my life. And so I propose this to you. Number 1, can we forgive some of the people from our past that were so angry, especially if we see they are what seems to be a negative motivator type, but actually that motivation served us in some way? And then I want to leave you with the proposition that you Pick the motivator type that you want to be and lean into that and commit yourself to being more of that motivator type. So are you going to be a motivator type number 1, the cheerleader rooting people on? Are you going to be motivator type number 2, where people in the world right now are going to prove you wrong? They're so angry at you and what you've said to them that they're going to prove you wrong. Are you going to be motivator type number 3, where you're leading by example of what people don't want to be like in the world? Or do you want to be motivator type number 4, where you're leading by example of what other people want to be? The choice is yours. Sending you much love, and bye for now.